Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your 2025 forecast. Listen, first of all, I am on my annual road trip to see my family at Thanksgiving, so I do these while I'm staying at hotels. It's not my normal backdrop. If you are new to my channel, you can even see Ruby back there sleeping on the bed. She's camouflage. She's like what is it? Like a polar bear in snow or whatever it's called. You get what I'm saying. Taurus, this is all about you. This is all about you. I'm really excited to do your 2025 forecast. A lot of big changes, okay? You know that I've been enormously excited about 2025, okay? And now I get to tell you why. Now, if you are new to my channel, I'm gonna break it down, give you an astrological perspective, what Taurus rising, Taurus moon, all of y'all, what you can expect for 2025, okay? Then I'm gonna do your spread. Then we're gonna break it down. We're gonna go season by season, but I'll still touch upon like the most important aspects every month for you to look out for. Now, let me just give you fair warning now. There are so many enormously special aspects all year long, all right? And you see, I brought my whiteboard too. We're gonna talk about that. And then after that, we're gonna do a deeper dive. I'm gonna use a different deck, okay? We're gonna go into career, love, money, all of that, all right? So you're gonna see me move over to, because I'm working off my laptop here, to just kind of like scroll through the notes. There's a lot happening, all right? Now, the main thing is, 2025, your life is about to change. Taurus, big time. Okay, you're entering a new era. We're entering a new era, all right? We've the Great Awakening, the age of ascension, the age of wisdom, the brink of the age of Aquarius. We're here, okay? You're gonna feel this collective shift. It's gonna be a very spiritually moving year, It's all about evolution, right? It's all about evolution, and it's gonna be deeply profound. 2025, it's a rare year, all right? The most pivotal year of the 2020s, of the decade. I would even say in our lifetime, okay? This is gonna be an enormous year. And you know, you're probably already feeling, to be honest, Taurus, a lot of big changes. There's a lot of things that you still want to accomplish as well. There's a lot that you want to do. You're feeling that. I've seen what's going on for you. You're way past those eclipses. Uranus is leaving your sign. Okay, those eclipses that were in your sign. It wasn't last year, it was a year ago, 2 years ago. You're in a different place already, but just wait. You're gonna keep going, all right? So this is definitely gonna be huge year. And this is not, by the way, if you are new to my channel, not just astrologically speaking, this is me as a channeler as well. This is me knowing things and all about the intuition, okay? All about the intuition, but it's a year where the numerology, astrology, everything aligns. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so first, astrologically, 2025, yes, you can see what's happening here. So what's happening in 2025, we haven't seen in modern human history. That is astrology is patterns, right? It's cycles, it's patterns. You cannot trace this back. You can't. What's happening in 2025, okay? So literally no one in like the past 2,000 years has experienced, even further, like that's something we'll talk about later, but 2025, as I said, is the most pivotal year to the year, which is 2026. That's the greatest awakening, okay? That's major. That's big reset. So the way that I want you to see it, 2025 and 2026 kind of lump together because what's happening here, a lot of these transits, okay, which a lot we haven't seen in our lifetime too, they're gonna give you a preview, a window of what your life is gonna be like starting in 2026. Okay, so it starts now. You get to choose where you wanna be in 2026. And you've got a lot happening, Taurus. You got a lot happening with money, with career. It's big. Just know the change in 2025 is big. And let me just remind you, change is the only constant in this world, okay? And some changes that you experience in 2025, Taurus, yes, maybe subtle. Some will be life-changing, okay? Now, changes. What do I talk about, right? Everything about you, spiritually, again, that's gonna be a big movement. Even things like moving, having a child, getting promoted, graduating, having a baby, meeting your soulmate. that all happens, right? That's all on the table. But what's unique about 2025 is that a lot of y'all are going to experience things that you've never experienced in your life at this point, okay? So 2025 is bringing that, all right? First of its kind, never happened before. I mean, it's you continuing your soul's journey, reaping every reward. Knowing nothing is impossible. So I just want to remind you, as I always say, don't live a little, live a lot. You have one life to live, okay? Make it count. Go big. All right, Taurus? I want you to 2025. Again, some of y'all already know what things, the things that you want, where, your path to enlightenment, all of that. All right, so take advantage of what's coming, what's being offered to you in 2025. And the biggest thing is you're going to start being more aware. Everyone, that's everyone, okay? Just to let you know. Again, big spiritual movement. I'll talk about that, all right? Just, hence awakening, age of awakening, the great awakening, okay? Ascension, all of that, all right? So just continue to be the best version of yourself. Strive to be the best version of yourself and your authentic self. That matters the most. The most, okay? I even do that, Taurus. Sometimes I take a step back and I ask myself, why was I put here on earth, all right? What is my mission? All right, so you're gonna have a lot of those moments in 2025, like really meta. It's gonna be big, all right? So now, powerful aspects, as I mentioned, every month you can expect every single month, all right? I'll go over the eclipses we're gonna have, the major transits, the fact that all the luckiest days of 2025. I mean, we have some unbelievable rare aspects too that we haven't seen, some like maybe 6 years, some that we haven't seen in 60 years. 2025 is one for the books, okay? Now, why is 2025 so unique? Well, first things first, all the planets are changing signs, okay? Every single one, every single planet. Now, the Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, those are, inner planets, personal planets. So, shorter orbits, that's a given, right? But look at what's happening here, okay? So why don't we just go down the list? First, all right, we know this, North Node moving into Pisces. I talked about this, we'll talk about it later. South Node, therefore, moving into Virgo, okay? This is gonna be so big for you, okay? The North Node moving into your house of your 11th house, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your social network, community, right? Remember, humanity, the collective, there's going to be a big awakening, all right? And this is going to be part, your North Node is your mission statement. It is the fated point in the sky. It's your destiny. And so you're going to feel like Taurus. I'm about to cry for you. It's so moving. It's so moving, okay? And so with that said, there's going to be, with the South Node in Virgo, that's your 5th house. So there's going to be some things there, okay? That is going to be, that's a lot of karmic things from the past, but also letting things go, with this Virgo energy, like not having to be like perfect about everything, right? There's going to be this nice balance, this nice shift, okay? Now what do you see? Pluto already moved into Aquarius. Now we count this, it happened in November. It happened a couple times, right? It shifted in and out of Aquarius, but now it's here for its long stay, okay? So now it's here for 20 years, 20 years, okay? But we still count it because it's the slowest moving planet. And so it's 1 degree, right? 1 degree, 2 degrees, big. Now, what else do you see? March, you see Neptune moving into Aries. You see all this, all right? So let's start with Jupiter, all right? That's gonna happen in June. Now, why is this a big deal for you, all right? Jupiter is moving into Cancer, okay? So Jupiter is moving into Cancer for the first time in 12 years. So this is definitely gonna be a big moment for you in terms of communication, marketing, advertising, writing, maybe writing things, learning new things. There's gonna be a lot of new things that you're gonna be craving, new information, right? You could become a writer as well. That's all on the table, right? Siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, and then short distance travel. A lot of traveling here, right? Some of you could open up your own business. 3rd house is, Mercury ruled. It's, the merchant. So big. You got Jupiter, the planet of luck, good fortune, expansion, abundance, profit, moving into your 3rd house. But before it even does that, Look at where it's still in Gemini up until June, right? So that's your second house. So when Jupiter goes direct in February, from February to June, pay attention, because this is likely the most money that you're going to make since 2012. Remember, it's a 12-year cycle. Make it happen, okay? That's profit, that's money. It's in your second house of money, income, salary. Move in that direction. It's huge. It's huge. Okay, so you got Jupiter, which is really great, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So there's going to be a lot of communication for y'all with family, with home, significant other. There's going to be a lot of that. All right, now you also see. Let's go to Saturn. Okay, I'm going to go inward, outward. I know it doesn't align with the dates, but that's what I'm doing here. Saturn moving into Aries, the first time since 1996. All right, so 36 years. 36 years. Saturn moving into Aries. Big, okay? Now, this is I'm going to talk about this later, all right? Aries rules your 12th house, okay? And you see clearly Neptune moving into Aries. These are at the beginning, right? At the very beginning of Aries. And Aries is the very beginning of the zodiac. There's going to be a lot of spiritual movement for you. We'll talk about it, but just think about the fact that you've had the North Node in Aries, kind of like passing that torch along. So what have you learned the past year and a half, right? What have you learned spiritually, okay? Intuition is part of the 12th house. Self-sabotage is part of the 12th house. Facing your fears, hidden enemies. So those could have been things that you're just like, I get this, I recognize this, leaving it. You know, I'm becoming a better version of myself, and I'm not letting any of this get in my way, right? And so now it's applying all that with Aries. Aries being I am, okay? That awareness, all right? So really, really big. Also, by the way, North Node in Pisces, think about 2007, 2008, 2009. That was the last time, around that time. So it's been a while for the nodes as well. Now, Neptune, Aries, same thing. Neptune, the last time was in Aries, 1861. 164 years. Can you believe that? So when I say literally, nobody has experienced this living. No one, okay? Same thing with Pluto and Aquarius. You know, that was 250 years. 250 years. Nobody, unless you're a vampire, okay? Unless you're a vampire, tell me your secret, right? I don't want to be one of you. I'm just curious, all right? So, yeah, so clearly, oh gosh, I forgot. Uranus and Gemini too. Uranus and Gemini. The last time was 1941, so 84 years. And Uranus is finally leaving your sign. And to be honest, to be frank, Uranus does a little bit better in Gemini, just for in general, yeah? Because, right? But Uranus is going to be trining Pluto. Uranus is already trining Pluto. Uranus is going to trine Pluto for like 2 years. But remember, Pluto's in Aquarius, Uranus is in Gemini, all that air. Wow, we'll talk about that, all right? So again, Uranus moving out of your sign, great, okay? Moving into Gemini, that is, again, your second house, income, salary, finances. Uranus is breakthroughs. Uranus is the great awakener. You could have these big light bulb moments. Uranus is lightning, by the way. So it's big, okay? Uranus is also the unexpected. You know that. You've gone through unexpected things since 2018. You've had this happen. But again, this is just a better placement. Uranus and Gemini, a lot of that's like communication, more mental, right? But it's trining Pluto in Aquarius now. Pluto, very different from Pluto in Capricorn. So it's a different vibe, okay? Very different vibe. I can't even, because you got Pluto in Aquarius in your 10th house of career. And so Uranus and Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, you see, you got your second house of income, money, finances, and your 10th house of career activated in this hugely amazing way. Taurus, y'all are amazing, okay? Second house is also self-worth, self-value. We'll talk about things that you value. You would know this. You're the native ruler of the second house. And so material items, like y'all are gonna be buying stuff, all right? So as you can see, several transits here we haven't seen in over 100 years. And the way that they're moving together, all compressed, all condensed in this, look, from March until July. And so it's the spring and summer and even fall of 2025 are going to be the peak of all the big changes, right? We have a lot of retrogrades in January, February, March, okay? So just keep that in mind. The last 4 planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, here's what makes 2025 very unique as well, okay? They are, and they spend a minimum 3 years in a sign, just FYI. Okay, so they're moving out of earth and water, moving into fire and air. Okay, they're also moving out of feminine signs into masculine signs. And again, the way that they're condensed like this, the way they're moving together, it's just never happened. Human history. All of this at the degree that they're at. So, and when I say that, ancient astrologers didn't even know about Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. So again, this is just a big deal. It's a big deal. You just have to consider yourself being, we're just special to be, it's special to be alive during this time, okay? This is really big, all right? Signs shifting out of 29 degrees into 0 degrees, critical degree, 1 degree, even 2 degrees. So big. I mean, we're at the degree of new beginnings, all right? Brink of change, brink of all of that. These, by the way, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn, temporary, okay? So remember, they go into their permanent transits in 2026. So again, over the summer, you're getting a glimpse of what your life is gonna be like in 2026. That's why you've got to take that inspired action, right? Even the nodes are changing in 2026. That's going to be big. You got the North Node in 2026 moving into Aquarius, all right? So you got Pluto there and your North Node and your 10th house of career. It's not even just career. If you're not here for career, 10th house is also fame. Y'all going to be famous. It's also public recognition, your reputation, honors, achievements. So even if you're not here for career, it's how the world sees you, how you want the world to see you as well. So anyway, this is going to be a big. And so that means, therefore, Uranus is going back into your sign at the end of the year. So the end of the year is more when all the planets go back to their signs, where they are in the beginning of the year. It's like just cleaning house. It's like you've started this new thing, and then the last half of the year, it's just cleaning house, all right? Just taking care of business. So you got solid footing in 2026. What else can I tell you? You're just going to feel really deep change on this really deep level. Remember, you create reality too. So please take all this inspired action. Saturn and Neptune moving together in Aries, that's a big deal. It's rare, okay? It's been several hundred years, right? So at the degree they're at, okay? And they're not going to, their big conjunction comes in February 2026. That's why 2026 is the year, okay? It's the year. They're still in Aries. It's almost like they're at the same party, but they haven't met, all right? So that's what's happening here. And then the other thing is so much cardinal energy, right? Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter. So when I say cardinal energy, just think go-getter, right? Leadership, okay? And then we hit all that mutable energy at the end of the year where you're adapting to all these new changes. I mean, it's just, it's big, okay? It's big. What else makes 2025 stand out? We talked about Pisces, Virgo. I'm sorry, last time was 2006, the North Node, okay? North Node was in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, 2006. So you can even think about what happened around that time, but again, big. Now, the first half of the year, another thing I want you to know, Taurus, is that all the planets, well, not all the planets, Mars, Mercury, and Venus will all be retrograde, okay? So interesting, right? Interesting. We'll talk about that later. So that's why I've been saying 2025 doesn't really start until March, right? For a lot of y'all, it'll start in February. For a lot of y'all, it'll start at the end of January. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's some powerful aspects, okay? For y'all, again, a lot of it is money. It's self-worth, it's self-value, and then all this spiritual energy, okay? That's what Aries rules for you. So just think of that's going to be the big thing for you for 2025. And career. It's going to be really big. Really big. So I hope you're excited about moving into this new era. Just remember, as a collective, as mankind, we just have never experienced this. And just, again, kind of consider it 25 to 2026 lumped together. You're just getting a big preview, okay, of 2026 in 2025. And when I talked about numerology, 2025 is a year of 9. I mean, like a ruby, she woke up. So 9, first of all, is the humanitarian. Remember, I talked about this is all about humanity, consciousness, everything. Well, listen, I'll probably do a separate video just going deeper into all of this, but 9, it's completion, but not like final. It's like that transition, right? It's fulfillment. All right, so 9 is it's meaningful, but it's you preparing for 10, which is 2026. It's a tenure. It's wholeness, but it's also 101, new beginning. So when I say everything's all about new beginnings, this is when it starts, Taurus. Okay, so I'm excited for you to step into your power. You got a lot of power, and remember, Pluto in Aquarius in your 10th house is leading the brigade. It's just really big. So a lot of y'all are going to be, like I said, famous. I mean, you've got Pluto in your 10th house of fame. Pluto, empowerment, transformation, radical energy, revolution, even evolution. It's groundbreaking. I mean, this is huge. The big picture, big shift here, the Great Awakening, all right? And that's a thing. And an easy way to remember this is, if Aries, by the way, is the I am of the zodiac, and Libra is we, right? Aquarius is the collective, humanity, and the role that you play, okay? So, gotta be big. Y'all gotta be like the CEOs, y'all gotta be you're just gonna have these big moments, all right? It's the role that you play in your community on a global level, all of humanity, wherever you remember, you create your reality. Where do you want to be, right? So there's going to be a lot. Saturn and Neptune together in Aries. It's all about the collective spirit. So when I say spiritual, I mean, this is just such a spiritual year, all right? So hugely ascending. Mercury will retrograde, as it always does. But Venus and Mars will retrograde too. Venus is your ruling planet. We'll talk about that later, okay? But I wouldn't start a relationship if you're in a relationship, that's fine. I wouldn't start a relationship during Venus retrograde. That's gonna be, I think it's February to April, okay? Again, we'll talk about that later, but I just want you to know that all the Mercury retrogrades in 2025 will be in fire signs, okay? I'm filming this while Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius. And so if anything happens, it's Mercury, right? It's Mercury. And also remember, we're still going through Mars retrograde, and that's going to be until February, but Mars goes direct, and when Mars goes direct, that's going to be pretty big. But remember, it takes a little bit of time to just kind of like wake up, all right? So Mars will start off in Leo, all right? So a lot of you processing things already right now that have to do with home, family, the foundations of your life, children, having children, significant other, parents, realty, right? Yeah, like property matters. Venus retrograde March 1st to April 12th. All right, it's 6 weeks. That's fine, but it does overlap Mercury retrograde. The other thing is, and I did a video on what not to do during Venus retrograde. I'll leave that somewhere in the description box. The one thing that I was going to say, with all these retrogrades, all the inner planets going retrograde at the beginning, January, February, March of 2025, there is a silver lining, okay? And I don't think anyone is going to tell you this, but because of these retrogrades, some of the aspects that we're going to experience in 2025, which are rare and typically happen only once a year, we're going to get multiple times. So, big blessing in disguise. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. I feel like I went over everything that you really need to know. I mean, just pay attention to this year it's just gonna be really big for you. But Saturn and Neptune together is a big thing. Okay, wrong deck. And then Jupiter, luck, good fortune, profit, wisdom, all of that. Completing. It's stay in Gemini up until June. So money. All right, then moving into your third house, big, connecting, really connecting. That it's big. Okay, and then Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house, just very spiritual, intuitive energy. Okay, I love it. I love it. We'll talk about it more as we go through Uranus and Gemini, all about money. Oh my gosh. Taurus, this is going to be a year. This is going to be a year. Let's get started. Let's get started. I'm going to put this down. You take a screenshot. You did, yeah, you did what you got to do. Okay, so I'm just kind of free flowing with your forecast. Let me see how much time. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah. Because I'm going to talk about a lot of these, aspects and live streams and etc. But Taurus, okay, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for 2025. I'm very excited to see what's going on for you, Taurus. Let's see what we can expect. 2025 for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Oh, you see a ruby out there? Okay. Taurus, let's do it. Let's see what is going on with you. I'm looking at the, okay, there we go. Okay, so Taurus, again, not my normal space, and this is the best place I could find this setup, or to set this up. Anyway, listen, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, okay? This is for the year, all right? If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, I love y'all. And then, yeah, we're going to break it down. And then after I do your spread for the year, yeah, we'll break it down. I'm going to go month by month. I'm going to pull like a date or two for you to pay attention to, or kind of like the biggest thing. And then we'll pull more cards seasonally. All right. So Taurus, yeah. Okay. Big. Wow. All right. So you're obviously going to be fine. Everything's been great. This is going to be a year where you're going to do two things, okay? And I'm going to tell you in a second. You got that Nine of Swords, okay? So, hey. Yeah, listen, this is big. What's coming up for me in a big way is, the Nine of Swords is just overthinking, right? Overanalyzing. Don't. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. This is a card that's saying, look at him, sitting up in bed, hands over the face. There's a lot going through his head. But you got to ask yourself, did you do something to hurt someone? Did someone do something to hurt you, Taurus, right? Is he mourning? Is he grieving? What's going on here? But that's the thing. He's losing sleep over it, right? So it's a matter of not overanalyzing, overthinking things, taking these swords out one by one. What makes sense for you? Usually other people are involved here. Now, this is a Gemini card, all right? So it's actually Mars and Gemini. So it could be something that has to do with you, your self-worth, your self-value, where you could feel in a place where I don't feel that I'm being valued. I don't feel that I'm being, recognized for how amazing I am, okay? So a lot of that, again, overthinking, overanalyzing, let's not do that, all right? Moving into 2025, right? Moving into 2025. There's a lot of retrogrades. Mars retrograde, as I mentioned, is really, really, really big. Absolutely big. And, let me just see here. Yeah, okay, so there could be something here that has to do with money, finances, over right here, okay? Could have to do with your relationship with another person, with money, finances, or again, things that you value, self-worth, all of that, all on the table. It could have to do something with family and home as well. So this is a great time to not overthink things and take that inspired action. Any conversation, swords are the mental suit, right? So it's just a lot of things are building, stacking up. You want to release that energy, okay? So have that release. Any conversations you need to have those conversations, okay? Now, that's what these retrogrades are for. Mercury retrograde, Mars is even retrograde. It's processing a lot of things as well. But you have this Seven of Pentacles and the heart of your spread. And so there is this, and that's your card, by the way. It's a Taurus card. For the year, it looks like there is going to be, remember, it is a year of transition, so there is going to be a point where you're like, okay, I've really worked hard to get to this point. Now, what's next, right? If you're happy, if you're satisfied, you're like, okay, I worked really hard to get to this point, and now things can just kind of work on their own. That's great. If that's what you want, if that's, deep down in your soul, that's what you want, that's perfect. But still continue to look forward, okay? You see him looking back, right? You see him with his hands over his face. 2025 is about, well, any year, but the future, right? So take that time. Where do you want to be in 2026? Set yourself up in 2025, okay? Now, and I'll clarify that. Yeah, listen, when I say your life is going to change, your life is going to change. So a lot of it has to do with you really trusting what you need, okay? Are you feeling fulfilled with your gains, with things that you've invested in? Pentacles are your physical reality too. So if it's not finances and money, right? It's just your physical world, all right? What, like your investment, how you've invested in your company or relationship, things like that. But you just got the world. So this is just saying you're going to go through a lot of change. And in order to have that change, you have to be ready for it. And you're going to have to want it, all right? This is amazing, the world, the end of the major arcana. Here you are, all right? Now, you also got the Empress in your challenge area, so keep that in mind. There may be someone here who, you know, looking at it, there may be someone that's part of your journey that may be the thing, and it can be career, it can be love, it can be children, it can be anything that resonates with you, where it could just be like, let's really focus on this 2025, okay? Because there may be something here that's a little off. The other thing is, I'm not getting it as crazy, like, oh, this is gonna be a big challenge. It's more like you not expressing yourself as much as you need to, right? So just, again, be your authentic self. Everything's gonna flow, okay? The other thing is, yeah, be mindful of like overindulging in things. That's the other thing with Jupiter in your second house. Just keep that in mind, okay? Second house is also like food, by the way. Jupiter expands, things like that, all right? Just, this is lavish, it's the Empress, right? So keep that in mind. You got the Two of Swords in your crown, coming up a lot, King of Cups, and other signs, by the way. So yeah, there's something that, again, go within. That's what the Two of Swords is asking you. Go within. Trust your intuition, okay? That's going to make the biggest difference. You see her back turned to the sea, all right? As well as the moon, intuition and emotions. So a lot of this, again, with the Two of Swords in your crown, coming after that Nine of Swords, remember swords in the mental suit, try not to overthink things. There is, I talk about this, difference between the physical mind and the higher mind. Bridge the two, all right? But you're going to have a lot more focus on the physical mind with Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, all right? That's just how it's going to be, all right? So everything that you've learned, you know, with the North Node in Aries for the past year and a half, just, again, passing the torch along to Saturn and Neptune, where it's like, bring it into existence, all that spiritual energy that has evolved in you, and you've grown spiritually. It's been a great journey for you, all right? And now it's taking action with it, all right? But with that Two of Swords, yeah, really definitely just pay attention to go within. And clarified, you got the Temperance anyway, so yeah, that's asking you to go within. And just knowing that everything, you've got an archangel here saying, you know, listen, everything flows. I've talked about this, water flows. You can see between the two cups here, okay? But there is this element of being aware of that, okay? Being aware of it, having that awareness, a word I made up, clarity, awareness, right? If you take two cups, you're going like, shh, shh, shh. That's not flow. You got to be measured. You got to be patient. You have to pay, you know, you got to be mindful, right? This is saying that everyone's on a path. You're on a path. You know you're on a path. You're going to get there. So not worrying, not stressing, none of that, but be comfortable enough to take out that blindfold. King of Cups and the root of your spread, great. That's just all this. Remember, being on top of your emotions is the biggest thing, okay? Even if there's like turbulence, just being on top, not letting things pull you into like this low energy frequency. It seems like you will, you know, I love the King of Cups in the root of your spread, okay? He's got that emotional stability. He's also very psychic, by the way, okay? If you're here for relationships, by the way, there's some messages here, okay? Yeah, there could be something here where it just feels that may be a big part, and it can be love, it can be career, again, just one-on-one commitments, but that could be something that really plays out. But again, you're on this journey and you know it, and it just seems like you know you want some things to end, but you've got to be willing to let those things go. Queen of Wands in your future, amazing. She's the entrepreneur, right? Businesswoman. Remember, you got Pluto giving you all this power in your 10th house of career. And then we have one of the craziest, most abundant, I cannot even believe what's happening, new moons in Libra, by the way, that is in your 6th house of work. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. It's going to be amazing. But Queen of Wands, very charismatic. People gravitate toward her. You see that she's got the sunflower's in her throne. She has the powers of the sun, okay? A lot of optimism here. But again, this is someone who, a lot of passion. She's very passionate. So you're moving into that. Now, interesting, Queen of Wands is Aries too. So again, there is this connection, this mind, body, spirit, this spiritual energy that you could even become like spiritual leaders as well, right? That's just maybe a big thing that may be happening for you. It's really, really nice. All right, so I love what's happening. You have a lot to look forward to. And remember what I said, a lot of this is you may be going within to know what you want moving forward for this new journey. You even see her black cat here. All right, so she's cool. She's in touch with her shadow side. She knows who she is. She's confident. All right, you're moving into that. Let's get to your stuff. Taurus, oh my diddly days. Okay, so I think I told you I'm working on my laptop here, and this is the setup, but I gotta do this before December. What else was I gonna say? You know I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Okay, so let's see what's going on. You're gonna be absolutely fine. You're gonna be absolutely fine. Some of y'all may be doing some things because you are already creating this idea of what the future is going to bring in this way where it's holding you back. All right, I'm going to talk about that in a second, but you can see that you're absolutely good. You're fine. You have nothing to worry about. You are amazing. Remember I talked about relationships earlier? There was that vibration that was, well, there you go. You got the Lovers. Okay, so big focus. Okay, focus on relationships, partnerships, and you may intensify them. All right, there's this intensity to the Lovers card that's really, really nice. And a lot of y'all, it's going to be, again, can be a business partner. All right, really, really big. But just know that there is this 2025. It's your choice, right? Everything's a choice. I talk about this. You have the power to choose, okay? And it just seems like that's going to be something for partnerships, relationships for you. But there's this soul level here. I love this. You got these 2 archangels now. You got the 6 of Pentacles. Really great, okay? External factors area. All that support you need, you've got it, okay? You don't even have to worry about it. You know it's there. You got this really strong support system, all right? So keep that in mind. Financially, if you're seeking it, it's coming. You can have it all, all right? You can have it all. Balance, patience, all of that's going to be big themes, right? So for you, Taurus, with the 6 of Pentacles showing up, there is likely someone that may be opening doors for you as well in this, and it could even be spiritually. You know, it's Pentacles, but remember, Pentacles are a physical reality. So it can be on a financial perspective, like new job or investor, things like that, but also spiritual, like spirituality, like you having this really big awakening, all right, in your physical world, all right, so really big. You got the 3 of Swords now, all right, so there's, where it falls in your spread, all it's saying is like, oh, I do not want that. I've gone through, heartache, I don't want that for 2025. But then what I was saying earlier, I was picking up, Taurus, there may be something with partnerships, relationships that you're really going to have to know what you want, okay? Because it just feels like there's this energy of not doing something or going after something because you're already creating this idea of what it's going to turn out to be, and you've got to vibrate at this higher frequency, right? You've got to, it's almost like, you know what it is? It's like not taking a risk because you don't have that confidence. Now, with the 3 of Swords, it's kind of like that, but it's almost like not doing something with a partnership or relationship or love or anything that just fulfills you emotionally because you're overanalyzing. There's something going on here. Even if you look at the cards, you got the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, right? 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. So again, if you're going to be a pure, unroot things, right? And also shift to the higher mind, okay? I don't know. What a, and then when you actually think about it, you got the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, those are two Libra cards, okay? Partnerships, relationships, lovers, obviously about partnerships, relationships. You've got King of Cups, who's Scorpio, your opposite sign, partnerships. So yeah, there could be something there. Keep that in mind. But you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. You got the star at your final outcome. What I told you, okay? I told you your North Node moving into Pisces and your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. You're good. Stars aligning for you. And this is a card of healing, right? Healing. You got the only two cards, by the way, where you've got the Archangel here and you've got the Water Bearer here, because this card is attributed to Aquarius. So a lot of y'all, in terms of fame and career, if you know your biggest dreams there, everything's aligning for you, right? You got a lot of power there. This is really great. Okay, so foot in the water, foot on the ground. This is a big deal. Okay, the only two cards, all right? Their foot on the water, right? So we can call it the collective unconscious. We're moving into that, right? With the North Node in Pisces, very spiritual. That's what it is. Okay, and then also with Neptune moving into Aries, Neptune, imagination, creativity, spirituality, all of that as well. It's huge. You're going to feel this big shift, okay? Now, right here on the ground, okay, your physical world. So it's like merging that, you know, a lot of like your ideals, idealism, dreams as well, merging it into this physical manifestation, like merging what's possible, what's real, connecting the two. This is big. This is really big. I love this. And you also see the Water Bearer pouring onto the land as well. It's working, okay? The other thing that I said earlier, remember having this sense of, I want you to express yourself, be your authentic self. Well, the star, like you see there's like wearing no clothes. So freedom, feeling free, can express, right? Can express. Same thing with a dancer here, the world figure. I mean, like, so just move into that where you are being your authentic self, okay? And just be expressive. Now, let's break it down. I gotta come up here. I'm not wearing my glasses. I blew up the notes pretty big so I could not have to squint or put in my glasses. I don't know why I'm talking like that, Taurus. Okay, so let's talk about January, February, March. Remember, we got the retrogrades. It's all about reassessing, healing even as well. There's still a lot of amazing things that are going to happen, but that's just kind of like the overview. January, February mostly, and then March, like boom, fireworks. You're going to start seeing them. Okay. Jupiter also goes direct in February. That's major. This major opportunity of abundance. Remember, from February to June. Again, that's your second house of money, income. Jupiter expands. Jupiter's profit. I mean, financial gains. I mean, so it's, you know, again, self-worth, things that bring out this confidence in you as well. And there's likely some things coming into your life in your physical realm. What else is happening? I told you about the Uranus trine, right? I told you about that. Okay, so Uranus and Pluto are gonna be trining. That's really, really nice. And then the other thing is, oh gosh, I look forward to the Saturn-Uranus sextile. That's bringing structure to the Uranian energy, like stability to that. Saturn sextile and Pluto is also really great. It's just going to be such a big year, okay? And you're going to see a lot of that spiritual energy, by the way. Think about the fact that Neptune has been in Pisces for 14 years, okay? And so, again, we're thinking like the collective unconscious, Neptune, you know, being in his domicile, and now leaving Pisces for Aries, okay, for another 14. And so, again, think about the last 14 years. People have just become more spiritually aware, right? Holistic lifestyle, astrologers. Think about 15 years ago. You did not have this many number of astrologers, okay? And then, you know, star seeds, manifestation, all of that. Like, it's just, the fact that it's all happening coincidentally with like the rise of the internet as well. So it's just a big, it's a whole other level. And Neptune moving into Aries, again, that's that manifestation and even leadership. Aries is leadership. entrepreneurs. You're going to see a whole group. You're going to see spiritual leaders being more important than some leaders that you've considered leaders of the past, right? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But the fact that it's moving into your 12th house, Taurus, that's why I'm bringing it up. It's going to be a thing for y'all. A lot of y'all are going to be like big time leaders. Anyway, let's break it down. So January, just remember, from the very beginning of January, Mars is going to be retrograde, and then Mars is going to be, it's going to have its next opposition with Pluto. So it's not like the craziest, like, yay, right? Then you got Sun opposite Mars. So remember, just practice patience, water flows, you're going to be fine. It's still a time of reassessing things. Now, that said, there's so many amazing things happening in January. I'm just going to tell you a few, okay? I'm going to just tell you the major one, actually. 21st, January 21st, we have the Sun conjuncting Pluto. This is a once-a-year aspect. This type of astrological archetype is very Superman, Superwoman, Superbird, whatever you want to, like, just super, okay? Boom, okay? So there's something starting up for you here with career, fame, public recognition, big time, okay? This is a big blast. Empowerment as well. Now, another thing I want you to look out for, Taurus, is, well, you know, what I really love is that Venus is going to, I told you Venus sextiling Uranus, we're actually going to have 4 times this year in 2025. Usually it's 2 times, that's it. We have it 4 times because of the retrogrades. So again, really nice. Big money breakthroughs. Big time. You got 4 of these, okay, Uranus? Taurus? Because Uranus is in your sign, but it's sextiling Venus, the planet of things that bring you pleasure, desire, so, and money, right? And then Uranus, when it moves into Gemini, that's your second house of money. So big. You got 4 of these, all right? If you're single too, I mean, this is relationships as well. This is this is big, all right? All right, so let's move out of January. Let's move to February. February, so many, it's like the month of conjunctions. There's too many. But again, just know, February, things are just moving, okay? Things are moving along. One thing that I want you to watch out for, not watch out for, but keep in mind that's going to be really great for you, Taurus, is February 27th. Well, the end of February 23rd, Mars officially goes direct, so that's great. And then Mercury is going to conjunct Saturn. Amazing. That's happening just days before February 27th, when we have the new moon in Pisces, the same day that Mercury will sextile Uranus in your sign. This new moon in Pisces, one of the best new moons of 2025. Remember, this is all in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams, right? So big things happening around this time for you, Taurus. And friendships, social network, groups you belong to. If that's a big thing, I would not be surprised if you start a group, a community, something big here, join one. And then we get to March. This is insane. March is insane. It is possibly, it's one of the most life-changing months of 2025. It's just very powerful. There's only like one square. In astrology, you know, it's a little challenging. It's all just conjunctions. We got the eclipses. We have Neptune moving into Aries, the first time since 1861. There's just so much happening in March. Just, I mean, buckle up, okay? Buckle up. It's going to be really big. Now, for you, Taurus, yeah, we have the total lunar eclipse happening in Virgo. That's going to be, that's happening really early in the morning. Uranus is pretty active, so there could be some surprises here for y'all. And then this is your 5th house, so things that bring you pleasure or joy. It's just like you're ending a cycle, okay? That's all it is. And then we had, I missed an eclipse. There's an eclipse. Oh, no. And then we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. That's going to be on the 29th, okay, of March. And that's the last of the series, the Aries Libra, right? So we're officially, remember, we're moving into the Pisces Virgo axis. All the eclipses will be there. There was one more thing that I wanted to tell you, and that would be, where did it go? Oh, Venus goes retrograde on March 1st. I think I told you that, okay? So there could be something for you as well on the 27th. I would just pay attention to the 27th, 29th, and then 30th. Neptune officially moves into Aries. I told you that too. Just pay attention to the last few days of March. All right, so let's see what's going on for you, Taurus, okay, for January, February, March. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there you go, Three of Pentacles. So remember, money's a big thing for you. You got a lot of Venus activity, Venus being money, Venus, your ruling planet. This is just really big, okay? And then building these structures still with Saturn and Pisces, ready to move into Aries. I mean, there's just so much happening for you, but yeah, birth of new things with the Three of Pentacles. You could be starting a new job, starting, maybe launching your business, working with other people, and though that's the big thing. It's all about teamwork here with that Three of Pentacles. Really, really nice. Now, April, May, and June. April, Mars officially, is all right in Leo, which is absolutely nice. So you're gonna feel a lot of that Mars energy now. You know what I really love? Mars sextiling Uranus. I talked about that. April 4th. We're gonna have this twice. We haven't had Saturn sextile Uranus. We haven't had this since March 1997. And Uranus is still in your sign, Taurus. See what happens here. Put this in your books. Remember, this is big. This is enormously big. I can't even begin to tell you. With the fact that, April. Yeah. With the fact that Saturn is still in Pisces at this point too, and your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. Just see what, mark it in, mark it in. And then you got Venus conjuncting Saturn on April 7th for you, Taurus. That's a once a year aspect. But again, with the retrogrades, we get it twice this year. So again, you got Venus conjuncting Saturn in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. Come on. Money, there's so much happening here. Mercury goes direct because Mercury goes retrograde. Venus officially goes direct on April 12th. I love that. I love everything that's happening here. But the last week, okay, because this is your birthday season, Taurus. Happy birthday in advance. The last week, when we move into your birthday season, it may be a bit of a squeeze the last week of April because we do have the Sun square Mars, we have Sun square Pluto. Mars opposite Pluto again, and we have a new moon in your sign. So just know that you have this wonderful gift of this new moon, but it can feel like a squeeze around it, okay? So now let's get to May. We're full on in your birthday season. Saturn's moving into Aries. May, by the way, Mars is out of shadow. There's just, come on. Listen, I would circle May 24th to the 27th in your calendar. That's going to be the biggest part of May. Okay, it's just enormous. Mercury's moving into your sign. We have the Sun conjuncting Uranus in your sign as well. That's just something big that's happening there on the 17th for you. Okay, now the 24th. Saturn moves into Aries. We have the Sun trine Pluto. We have Mercury conjuncting Uranus in your sign. We've got Mercury sextiling Saturn. There's some big agreements, communication. There's big stuff for you here. Mercury trining Pluto here. Something with career again, fame, probably. Like this, you're going to see things just building in this huge, huge way for you. Okay, so now let's get to June. Two of the luckiest days of the year are in June. Okay, the first one would be Mercury conjuncting Jupiter on June 8th. Absolutely amazing. Oh, there goes the phone. And then, okay, you get to see me answer the phone. And then the second best day of the year, let me find it. Okay, I'm sorry. I've never asked y'all to hold the phone. Hello? Yes. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah. Can I call you in like 15? I'm sorry. I'm on another call. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye. Okay, Taurus. Oh, okay, great. So the second luckiest day for you, or for everybody, but for you, where you may have a big moment is the 24th. Okay, the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. That's just the luckiest day of the year. If this is your birthday, by the way, oh wait, no, we're moved into Cancer season. But even still, if you're Cancer rising, oh my goodness, this is big, okay? Because there's so many great things that's happening around the luckiest day of the year. So again, pay attention. This is June 24th, all right? There's just so many great things that's happening. I can't even, like Mars sextiling Jupiter as well. That's happening at that time too. Okay, so let's see what's going on for April, May, and June. January, March, April, May, and June. Okay, Taurus. Yeah, you're not messing around. You got the Queen of Swords, really great. Okay, there's, boom, negotiations, contracts, agreements, but you having the power. Okay. Now there could be something here with partnerships and relationships. Queen of Swords is Libra again. That's like that's that Libra energy. But I can see something with like colleagues as well that's coming up. There could be something with. Remember, you've also had that team card come up. Bonding with others as well. But I love the fact that you got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so very sharp-minded, very headstrong, head above the clouds. All of that energy, really great. Like you're here to play. Okay, okay. Let me move forward. Okay, so July, Uranus officially moves into Gemini, leaves your sign. But remember, this is temporary. Uranus is going to go back into your sign at the end of the year, just for a little bit before moving back to Gemini. Okay. You're going to love July because Venus is so active and so many beautiful gifts, like so many great aspects. And remember, Venus is your ruling planet. Venus is going to conjunct Uranus. That's just insane, okay? And by the way, that's actually happening in your sign. Uranus hasn't moved into Gemini yet, so that's going to be July 4th. Venus conjuncting Uranus. Wow. Huge break. Remember, Uranus is breakthroughs, the great awakener. Venus, everything that you desire, relationships, love, money, all of that. You've got something big here, okay? Taurus, now, that's your big thing, all right? Uranus moves into Gemini on the 7th. Now, let's move into August. Oh gosh, August is just, ooh, yeah, okay. It's a great, there's so many great things happening here. So many great things happen. August is one of those months where you just look at it, you're like, this is literally the best month of the entire year. I couldn't find one thing in the, it's just amazing. Okay, so Uranus sextile Neptune, I just want you to keep that in mind. That's going to be a big thing, okay? That's going to be a big thing. That's going to happen the 28th of August, all right? So remember, Uranus is in Gemini now, and Neptune is in Aries now. I mean, this is at 1 degree. I mean, we haven't seen this aspect since 1965. I mean, this is just big, all right? I really love this. You know what else I love for you would be Mars trining Pluto. That's going to be August 10th. Oh, that's going to be huge for you. That's going to be so big for you. Career, fame, public recognition, your reputation, honors, achievements. Remember, big. And then we get to September, we have 2 eclipses, okay? So we've got the, and Uranus officially goes back into your sign, by the way, when we get to September, okay? So we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's going to be on September 7th. And then we have the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. That's going to be on 21st. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if these eclipses, I honestly would not be surprised, especially with that new moon solar eclipse on the 21st, with Mars actually moving into Scorpio at this point in its domicile. I would not be surprised if if a lot of y'all have babies or grandchildren, or think about it, or find out you're pregnant. There's something here, okay? Or having a kid, or just something here, okay? There also may be something here where it's just so fun. It's the eclipse itself, it is a little bit more serious, but remember, Virgo is your 5th house. There may be something here also with creativity, creative expression, just again, something special, all right? And then Saturn leaves Aries back to Pisces at this point this month. And so let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay, so July, okay? July, August, September. Yeah, July, August, September for Taurus. All right, Taurus, you got the 2 of Wands. Okay, there you go. Planning, you're just planning. That's great. This is saying, look, he's got the world in his hand, right? So this is saying you've already accomplished a lot. Think about the medieval times, right? So this card is so underrated, by the way. It's actually attributed to Mars and Aries. So think about you're some king, queen in the medieval times, all right? You won this big war. What's next? You just won the biggest war. Like, what do you do now, right? So it's kind of like that, right? So like, what's my next step? I made big accomplishments. Now, what do I want? Now, what do I want? All right, so I actually like that for you. Now, but it is planning your next steps for, and remember, that's when Uranus is going back into your sign anyway. All these planets, a bunch of these planets moving back to where they were from, beginning of the year, even when I'm doing this recording. So again, reassessing next steps for 2026 anyway. October, oh gosh, this is a month. It's just rare. October is so rare. One of the best days of the year, Mars trining Jupiter. I love that. That's going to be on the 27th. That new moon I was talking about, that's happening in Libra. I mean, like, get out of town, all right? It's something that we call a grand trine because you're going to have Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, Moon in Libra. I mean, this is all insane. This is just very profound. And, Venus, you share Venus with Libra, the ruler of this new moon, in her domicile, because Venus has moved into Libra at this point, trining Uranus and Pluto. I mean, I just can't even begin to tell you what this new moon is going to do for you. Like, this is big. It's in your 6th house, so big, nice, wonderful, flowing, amazing energy with everyday activities, your routines, health matters, work as well. I love this new moon for you, okay? And then Mars trine Jupiter, that's going to be the 27th. Oh, amazing. There's going to be something that I'm pretty sure you are likely going to sign. You could be getting married. There could be something here because on just 2 days later, you're going to have Mars trine Saturn. And so remember, this is Mars trine Saturn typically once a year, okay? But we don't even, we won't even have this in 2026 actually, okay? So you've got Mars trine Jupiter and Saturn here. Huge, all right? Take that action. Is Mars still in Scorpio? Yeah, so there could be something over with partnerships, relationships, commitment, signing something new. There's just big things here. Jupiter expanding. I mean, huge. And then November, literally every date was highlight. I couldn't find, there's just too much happening. Jupiter goes retrograde, Mercury goes retrograde, Uranus, is re-entered your side. There's this, so is that right? Uranus, let me look at, I think that, anyway, I'm doing this while Mercury's retrograde. We'll talk about it again, okay? I'm just giving you kind of like the overview here. I think the big thing for you would be the 6th. Well, you have a full moon in your sign on the 5th, so yes, okay? So this is November. You have a full moon in your sign, and then the day after your full moon, remember full moons are completion, culmination, something, there's a turning point here, but you have Mars sextile Pluto. Mars in Sagittarius, Pluto in Aquarius. This is the only time we'll have this year. This is so rare. I mean, just think of these planets do something enormously special for you when Mars sextiles Pluto. All right, again, in your place of fame and public recognition, honors, career, all of that. And it's very sexual too. If you're here for that, it's yes. Especially, yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah. Moving along, you have that new moon in Scorpio in in November as well. Okay, that's going to be the 19th. This is a little wacky kind of, it's a wacky new moon. Again, there may be some new partnership forming here as well. Mercury is actually going to be opposite Uranus back in your sign. Mercury is going to be trining Neptune though. And so there could be something, just some surprises here. It's not bad, it's just like plot twist with partnerships or relationships, okay? And the Scorpios are opposite sign. Okay, yeah, and then the last thing, and then, you know, we'll get to December. So December is it's the most challenging month of 2025. Okay, so you guys have great stuff happening and then we get to December because it has a lot of squares and oppositions. And when I say challenging, it just has more of a serious vibe to it. There's about 7 squares. I think this is a record. And oppositions. We got Mars square Saturn. You have Mars squared Neptune, you have the Sun squared Saturn, you have the Sun squared Neptune, Venus squared Saturn, Venus squared Neptune, Mercury squared Saturn. That's a lot. That's a lot. Neptune, goes direct. But I do love, you like that, but I do love this new moon in Sagittarius for you. That's going to be on December 19th. It's a mixed one, but I like it for you because that is your 8th house. Money, 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 love, love, love. I mean, big time, okay? All right, let's see what's going on for you for October, November, December. Taurus. Boom. You're good. You're going to have that breakthrough. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not surprised. It's with what's happening for y'all. It's really great, because you got that for the last 3 months. Remember, your entire spread, you had you have some swords that I'm just like, let's just get out of our head a little bit. You remember merging with that, the higher mind. I like this. This is that breakthrough energy, mental breakthrough, victory, success. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if you sign a bunch of agreements, contracts, whatever, even marriage, things like that. There's a lot happening for you, Taurus. Okay, so that's really big. Okay, let's focus on some key areas of your life. I can't believe you heard me listen to the front desk talking about on the phone. Oh, Mercury retrograde. Anyway, okay. Well, let's see. The first thing, I didn't even look at what I was gonna, but let's just see. I don't have any glasses. The Tower. So, yeah, the biggest message coming up for me is some things you need to break down a little bit to have that breakthrough, okay? And yeah, that wasn't assigned to anything, so we're just general, right? So you may have a Tower moment at some point. It's just, remember, I think I said that earlier too, with all these 0 degree, 1 degree, 29 degrees. Yeah, that's going to happen for, everyone. Everyone is going to have a little bit of okay, I got to just all right? But remember, you have the star. What comes after the Tower? The star. So again, it just seems like it's good for you. Something may. So if something does, okay, with that 9 of Swords, that 2 of Swords, that 3 of Swords as your 3rd card in your staff, if something does happen where you're it's not, in the moment, you're just oh my gosh, know that it actually was the best thing for you, right? With that star in your final outcome, you got the Ace of Swords, you got a lot of great things happening, so that actually helps this 3 of Swords energy, so not overthinking things and holding on to things. Remember, you got, some cards with blindfold, also looking back, things like that, all right? So it's all about moving forward. Now, love, Tauruses. Okay. You got Judgment. Interesting. Okay. That's really great. Remember, I said it's going to be a spiritual revolution, evolution, ascension that's happening 2025. The Great Awakening. This is the Great Awakening, okay? So this spiritual moment that you're going to have. And it could be this really deeply profound moment that you have in love. That's special. That's really great. If you're single, yeah, you could have this huge, big moment of, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going for, and this is what I'm going to change to have that, right? It's this reckoning. It's really, really great. Very, very powerful that, it is like a wake-up call, right? And Uranus is going to be really active in your sign, okay? For the first half, latter half, it's nice. I like it. Now, career. I need my glasses. You got the Page of Cups. That's amazing. I don't know where my glasses. You got the Page of Cups. All right, so yeah, great. Career, amazing. A lot of you are going to be starting new things, like I said. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if it's like on this level of there's this, I'm being moved by my soul, like spiritually, like I feel something, awakening, okay? And I'm putting that out there. Pages, that fresh energy. Think about page of a book, like turning a page, but cups, emotions and feelings. It's something just, even intuition, it's just really nice. Something you're gonna be, there's something new. You're following your bliss, really special. All right, so that's career. Yeah, a lot of Tauruses are gonna be in different areas in their lives. Okay, now, in ascending, right? Health, let's talk about health. And that includes like physical health, mental health, wellness, well-being. You got the Seven of Swords. Very interesting with these swords. Seven of Swords is, I love this. I wish I had the time to tell you the background of all these, the drawings and, but anyway, Seven of Swords is just saying like, listen, don't ignore anything that you need to ignore, okay? Don't push things to the side. This is all about facing your truth, facing your reality. Don't take no shortcuts. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Also, be mindful of overthinking things with, remember there's also mental health too. You got that Nine of Swords, that Two of Swords, where she's not in touch with her emotions and intuition. Get comfortable to the point where you're can take off that blindfold. You've got to go within, all right? So, but Seven of Swords really is just paying attention, really, okay? Just make sure that you just pay attention and you're gonna be fine, okay? There could be someone else involved that if you feel, listen, mental health, right, it should be a priority for you because anything that's happening up here is gonna affect your physical body as well. You know that, right? So I'll clarify the Seven of Swords. Just saying, listen, anything that you need to air, you need to clear, things like that. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. All right. Oh, well, let's see. Okay, so I was going to clarify the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Three of Cups and the King of Cups. Okay, so love that. You got the two King of Cups here. Really great. You actually got, I love the fact that with the King of Cups, just that emotional stability like we was talking about, it's really great. King of Cups is also super intuitive. And when you're in touch with your intuition, you know things and you handle anything that you need to, right? And then Three of Cups, celebration, right? Celebration, joy, and really nice. And it seems like everything is on this emotional level. It's everything that you work out here can make everything, emotionally, even spiritually, just, again, profound. That's going to be my word for you, deeply profound. Money. That's a clarifier. Knight of Swords and the Sun. Oh my gosh. You're good. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a big money year for you, okay? Really big money year. The Sun is the biggest yes in tarot. It's optimism, it's abundance, it's opportunities, it's feeling free, it's feeling really good. And Knight of Swords. Again, another Swords. Wow. But Knight of Swords is great because remember, he's the one that's bold, courageous, moving into the storm. He ain't never looking back. He just boom, right? He's the one with fire in his feet. Okay, so you got a lot of communication that's gonna happen, especially with Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, luck, abundance, expansion in your third house of communication. Now, family. Okay, Four of Pentacles, yeah, just stability. That's amazing. Okay, a lot of y'all, listen, it's Four of Pentacles is financial, like just by creating that. Think about four legs of a table. That stability, right? That structure. Saturn's gonna really, be in a different area for y'all. So it's gonna be different for y'all, but this is really great because you are building that foundation. And I want you to spend time for you and think about what you want, okay? With Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, the I am. Yeah, Saturn is all about structure, right? Anyway, and the last card, the pay special attention to card. This is the card where I want you to pay very close special attention to. Strength, you're good. Oh, what happened? There you go. Oh, Mercury, come on. Mercury, are you gonna work with me? Strength, there you go. There you go. Okay. So you're good. You're absolutely good. Strength. This is really great. Pay special attention to not being afraid to go within that inner courage. Okay? Inner courage. It comes from your heart. Comes from your heart. Have that alignment. Remember, with all these swords, have the alignment, mind, body, spirit, that heart chakra energy, strength. Okay? Listen, infinite possibilities come with that strength, knowing that anything is possible. What did I say from the beginning? Nothing is impossible. All right. So when you have that mentality, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely good. It's just you're going to have some big shifts. Everything, that star in your final outcome. You got all these wonderful cards here. You're great, Taurus. It's going to be a big year, and of course, again, this is just. It's your annual forecast, but you know that I go deeper. I'll go deeper in some live streams. Oh gosh, okay, I gotta go. Taurus, thanks so much. And someone sounds, I really gotta go. I haven't shaven even. Mercury, what's going on? Taurus, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And again, we will go deeper into, that was 1% that I went, like the biggest things for 2025. There's so many other things that are happening, so many wonderful aspects, and we'll talk about a lot more of them, through the live streams that I'm doing. But I want you to pay attention to just all these big aspects and get ready for big change. All right, Taurus, y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.